CN Tower. Published by Wikipedia. The CN Tower is a 553.3 meters high concrete communications and observation tower in downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Built on the former railway lands, it was completed in 1976. Its name, CN, referred to Canadian National, the railway company that built the tower. Following the railway's decision to divest non-core freight railway assets prior to the company's privatization in 1995, it transferred the tower to the Canada Lands Company, a federal crown corporation responsible for real estate development. The CN Tower held the record for the world's tallest freestanding structure for 32 years, from 1975 until 2007, when it was surpassed by the Burj Khalifa, and was the world's tallest tower until 2009 when it was surpassed by the Canton Tower. It is currently the 10th tallest freestanding structure in the world and remains the tallest freestanding structure on land in the Western Hemisphere. In 1995, the CN Tower was declared one of the modern 7 wonders of the world by the American Society of Civil Engineers. It also belongs to the World Federation of Great Towers. It is a signature icon of Toronto's skyline and attracts more than 2 million international visitors annually. It houses several observation decks, a revolving restaurant at some 350 meters, and an entertainment complex. History. The original concept of the CN Tower was first conceived in 1968 when the Canadian National Railway wanted to build a large television and radio communication platform to serve the Toronto area, and to demonstrate the strength of Canadian industry and CN in particular. These plans evolved over the next few years, and the project became official in 1972. The tower would have been part of Metro Centre, a large development south of Front Street on the railway lands, a large railway switching yard that was being made redundant after the opening of the McMillan Yard north of the city in 1965. Key project team members were NCK Engineering as structural engineer, John Andrews Architects, Webb, Zarafa, Menkes, Houston Architects, Foundation Building Construction, and Canron. As Toronto grew rapidly during the late 1960s and early 1970s, multiple skyscrapers were constructed in the downtown core, most notably First Canadian Place. The reflective nature of the new buildings reduced the quality of broadcast signals, requiring new, higher antennas that were at least 300 meters tall. The radio wire is estimated to be 102 meters long in 44 pieces, the heaviest of which weighs around 8 tons. At the time, most data communications took place over point-to-point microwave links, whose dish antennae covered the roofs of large buildings. As each new skyscraper was added to the downtown, former line-of-sight links were no longer possible. CN intended to rent hub space for microwave links, visible from almost any building in the Toronto area. The original plan for the tower envisioned a tripod consisting of 3 independent cylindrical pillars, linked at various heights by structural bridges. Had it been built, this design would have been considerably shorter, with the metal antenna located roughly where the concrete section between the main level and the skypod lies today. As the design effort continued, it evolved into the current design with a single continuous hexagonal core to the skypod, with 3 support legs blended into the hexagon below the main level, forming a large Y-shaped structure at the ground level. The idea for the main level in its current form evolved around this time, but the space deck was not part of the plans until later. One engineer in particular felt that visitors would feel the higher observation deck would be worth paying extra for, and the costs in terms of construction were not prohibitive. Also around this time, it was realized that the tower could become the world's tallest freestanding structure to improve signal quality and attract tourists, and plans were changed to incorporate subtle modifications throughout the structure to this end. Construction. The CN Tower was built by Canada Cement Company, a subsidiary of Sweden's Skanska, a global project development and construction group. Construction began on February 6, 1973, with massive excavations at the tower base for the foundation. By the time the foundation was complete, 56,000 t of earth and shale were removed to a depth of 15 meters in the center, and a base incorporating 7,000 meters of concrete with 450 t of rebar and 36 t of steel cable had been built to a thickness of 6.7 meters. This portion of the construction was fairly rapid, with only 4 months needed between the start and the foundation being ready for construction on top. To create the main support pillar, workers constructed a hydraulically raised slip form at